are the New York Knicks. We are.
I'll be crying if I look like that too, bro. That's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's fucked up. Like, bro, you probably had the full washing set. You should be fired probably if they ain't cut your shit. Fuck it though, bro. It's your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's match day.
Welcome. And welcome to the show. I'm your host, Joey Wobbs. This is a review on Chelsea's win today against Fulham, game week 1. And welcome everybody in the chat. Big up to you, Nathan. Big up Connor and Max. As always, Pequeno, I appreciate you, my G. Big up to you. How's everyone doing today, man? How is everyone doing today? Big up to you, Tommy Sana. Big up to you guys. Big up to everyone rolling through, my man, my guys. Hey, 3 points is 3 points today, guys. 3 points is 3 points. However we want to take it, we got it. Bro. Well, bro, I feel I started to get a little nervous at the end there, but man, it shouldn't have been that. We shouldn't have been feeling that way. I'm going to be honest. We really did a number on that team, and we probably should have even scored more than the 3 we scored. And that's only from like the bits and pieces I watched from the first half, because I did watch the full entire second half, but it's bits and pieces that I watched in the first half because I had a meeting at work. Yeah, Sanchez is literally like, he is such a detriment to this football club doing the things that we want to do. But we'll get into it. Sanchez is so trash. I'm almost upset about a win. That con should never start in a prime game again for Chelsea. I agree, man. I mean, I've been saying this for years, though. And this is why you guys have known, for me, I've been very consistent in the way that I've rated this window. This window will can only get up to a 7 until we move Sanchez. Like, until we move on from Sanchez, this window can only get to a 7. Truly. Like, that's how I truly feel about it. If we get a center back and a goalkeeper, then we can honestly, it's a 10 out of 10 window. But this, right now, we're only at a 7 because of Sanchez. No matter how good we can make this team, Sanchez will always be a detriment. And I've been saying that for such a long time. Yep, I'm happy that we got the 3 points. Man, they were hooping, especially for like that first 70 minutes. It looked like they were untouchable at most of the points. Like, they had no answers for us. And not only that, the other side of it is like, that will happen. That will literally happen pretty much most of the games we play. Like, because most teams still believe that they can press us into situations. Most teams believe that our weakness is us getting pressed. If we can consistently play out of the press, that is exactly the style of play you're going to end up seeing. Because other teams believe if we make Sanchez kick the ball, they're going to make mistakes as a team. We will always be under the caution the press, always, because they're going to test Sanchez's ball playing ability. Back three will take some time to gel. They haven't played much together, so I'll give them some time. Also, they didn't have either starting fullbacks today, which I also wonder if we go for a fullback. I don't know, or we just play Gusto. I'm not too sure yet. All right, let's not talk about Sanchez yet. Let's talk about everybody else because I'm going to do a whole Sanchez segment at the end. I have to say, I really like the way we played overall. I like that we look like a physical team, which is something that we didn't look like before, right? We look like a physical team, and we look like the hungrier team for majority of the game. Now, were we the most fit team on the field? I don't think we were very fit overall. I think we got tired at the end, and some of that is, we're playing players who came back from the World Cup and such. So, like, I don't necessarily think we were the most fit team on the field, but I like how aggressive we were. I like the positions that we pressed in. I like that we tried to really put teams in and then force them to do the switch, and the switch was nearly covered every single time. I was very, very impressed with the way that we played. Now, there's a caveat, right? We didn't play with our best midfielder today, which, in my opinion, would have controlled the game much more. I felt like Caicedo slowing down the game and being able to cut off the counters was missed today, especially since Lavia got a yellow card early in the game. It felt like we couldn't control the game because every time we wanted to play aggressively, two of our players on the left-hand side were already on yellows early in the game. So, like, I think a lot of people have this, like, tendency to, like, not look at the not look at the overall concept of what happened when we had the ball and then what happens when we're being countered going the other way. The one thing that you'll notice about some of the teams that played this weekend is that a lot of their problems didn't come from controlling the games. It came from, how do we deal with the counter? Liverpool struggled mightily against the counter. Man United struggled mightily against the counter. And Tottenham struggled mightily against the counter. There's many of these teams that came in this year that struggled against the counter. But in the end, even with the midfielders that we had on the field, we put a game out there that was like, yes, it was frantic. Yes, it was up and down. Yes, we let Fulham have the ball a bunch. But when we're up, why should we just continue? Why, like, if we have the pace going down the other way and we have the ability to counter teams, why wouldn't we? Especially when we're up. It's not like we're like when we're up, we should be able to take the ball. We should be able to cut off lines and be able to go into cut off lines and go into areas and win the ball and attack it. But like everyone still like has this assumption because, and I'm seeing it online. Oh, they didn't dominate the game. In my opinion, overall, the game was pretty dominant. The one thing that they had was one passage of play that they kept on running over and over on both sides. And it was basically to get a man to run in between the wing back and the center back and behind him. That was literally the entire style of the play that they had to try to break us down. The entire style of play was a triangle, and tomorrow, guys, we're gonna go watch the game again. We're gonna do I'm doing a new series on my channel that I want everyone to come and join me with. Tomorrow, we're going to replay the game. We're going to watch the game. I'm going to talk about what my thoughts are, what I see, break it down in live fashion, and have the game in the Discord for everybody to watch with me. And I'm going to break down the game the way that I see it. Okay, basically, I'm going to break down the game with what I see. I'm not going to do any pauses or anything like that. We're going to just watch the game, but I'm just going to talk about it, and as I'm the commentary and talking about how we played and the way that we played. But in my opinion, this wasn't like the game. Like, this isn't a game where you look at, oh, did we control the game? Did we control the ball a whole bunch? No. But this is also a game that this is also a Fulham team that pressed us the entire game. And we dealt with that press very well overall. Very well overall. Now, were there moments where we made some bad decisions? Of course. We also were very like, we were also very, very dangerous anytime we got the ball. And I think that's something that can't be unlooked at. I think that's something that if you want to have this like, oh, we played risky, last man could be a bad decision and be off, who was worried about that. Like, if we're gonna like sit here and like get upset about the style, you got to talk about the style on both sides of it. Like the style going forward was just fucking lightning, bro. Every time we touched the ball going forward for the first 65 minutes, it felt like we were going to score. And there was a couple times where they looked like they were going to score even without Cole. Like John B, I think you're probably a good person to ask. How many times last year did we cover the most distance in a game week? I already know the answer. Like, one time, maybe. One time, I'm saying one time all game weeks where we covered the most ground in a game week. Maybe once, and I think it might have been Sunderland. I think you're right about that. I honestly, like, it was maybe once, like maybe. But we were literally the worst team covering ground all season last year. And they're worse than us about it. They're worse than us. I think as this team gets more fit, the more dangerous we'll be as well, in my opinion. See, Keishan, I want you to be at the show tomorrow. I want you to be at the show tomorrow, and I'm going to break down the things that Gusto did to allow Cole Palmer to thrive. That's going to be one of the things I talk about tomorrow. Because I watched it. I watched them over and over and over take up positions to allow Cole Palmer to be able to get space and run into spaces. It's not, and Ted, it's for me, it's not even the wide area defending for me. It was the way he defended the channel. This is the way he defended the channel. Bro, he fucking spanned Jedi twice in that move, bro. Twice. And Cirencio, you don't have to be convinced. This game week 1. There's no reason to be convinced. Even if we beat this team 3-0, you don't have to be convinced. Because it's game week 1. I do agree. I could see how that. I can definitely see how that looks. I can definitely see it. And from the way my chat was talking, because I didn't actually see it, from the way my chat was talking, they said it could have been a red. Yeah, Palmer looked like he was right. The Palmer looked like he was right, bro. And there's no reason to really be negative either. If you want to say you're not convinced yet, that's fine, but that's not really being negative. Like, in my opinion, that's not being negative. That's just asking for more information. And that's not being negative. Like, I don't take Cirencio being negative for saying, I'm not convinced yet. That's fine. More evidence will be played. More evidence will be shown week after week. I'm going to be honest, Tommy-san. I saw Rodgers, as the game progressed, his touch started to get worse and worse, but he looked fucking exhausted. Like, he looked by, I would say, like 65th minute-ish, Rodgers looked fucking exhausted. I mean, what are we doing in that midfield? We don't have Caicedo, our best midfielder. And you're acting like they have some scrub midfielder. That midfield. Fucking Burge is a good midfielder, bro. Maybe a little overrated, but he's a good midfielder. Yeah, of course. Yeah, Rodgers ain't fit yet. That's cool. You know, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm calm with it. Oh, you're asking if Enzo goes. Well, that's a whole nother show's worth of shit, bro. I'm going to be real. That's a whole nother show's worth of shit. I mean, bro, when you play without your best player, and I'll keep on saying this, Caicedo is still our best player. When you play without your best player, there's two things you got to make sure you do, especially when your best player is a defensive player. You better outscore the fuck out that team. And then the second thing that you do, you don't be an asshole in goal. We only had one of those things happen. Because, like, to me, Kamara from Brentford, I don't know what Kamara you're talking about. You mean Sangare. And guess what? You would have heard that here first, Cirencio. You would have heard that Sangare is a quality midfielder. Where? Here, first. out of that before anybody else would have told you that. Connor was messaging me like, yep, you were right about Sangare. And I've been saying it. 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 And I can keep on saying it. I can keep on saying it. We're capped with this guy in our goal. We're capped. We have a cap on how high we can go with this guy in net. Period. Everything else, bro. Everything else in this, everything else, bro. Everything else about this team, I can deal with. I can deal with it. This guy, I can't. I'm going to bring up something. I'm going to bring up a little bit of, since we're on the Sanchez, because I'm not going to go that long, guys. I'm not going to go like a fucking hour. I'm not going to talk a full hour about this shit fucking game. Like, I get you. I like what I saw, but I ain't going to talk a full hour. This is unacceptable. This right here is unacceptable. This first goal, I know Levi wasn't good, all right? And Sanchez, you know what? You need to deal with the shots that are in your vicinity. Okay? You need to deal with them. You need to deal with them. Okay? This is it's inexcusable. It's inexcusable. This right here is inexcusable. And we do this over and over and over again with this guy. Over and over and over again. I can pull up a montage of absolutely inexcusable shit from this guy. Absolutely inexcusable shit. It's like this right here is inexcusable. Like, the passing's not good enough overall for me to be this mad about him. Like, the passing's not fucking good enough. It's not. Like countering. It's not fucking good enough. B, you let goals like this go in. You let goals like this go in, bro. Goals like this shit go in. This is, bro. Your high school, your 16-year-old goalkeeper should save this. Your 16-year-old goalkeeper should save this. Our U18 kid should be able to save this. Our U18 goalkeeper should be able to make this save, guys. I don't want... There's zero reason this ball should go past him. Zero fucking reason for this ball to go past him. Zero. There is no reason why this ball should be going past him. The stat is 97% of the time this shot would be saved. 97% of the time. You guys know how I love math. It's stats. You guys know how much I love stats. You all know it. I bring up the charts for you. I explain each statistic. This is an easy statistic. 97% of the time, if a shot is in this type of location and the goalkeeper is in this type of location, it is fucking saved. 97% of the time. I'm going to say this one more time. For every time, at 97% of the time, if this shot is taken in this location and the goalkeeper is in this location, it is saved. It's not a good goal from Josh King. It's not. It's not a good goal. It's not a good goal from Josh King. He must have said, you know what? We owe you one, Josh King. We owe you one, Josh King. No worries. We owe you one. We owe you one, Josh King. We owe you one. We owe you one, Josh King. I'll let this one slide past me. Because that's what we're doing here. That's what we're doing with this guy right here. 97% of the time, this shot should be safe. Statistics. For what? What do, like, I don't get what it gives this guy so many chances. So what gives this guy so many fucking chances? And the frustrating part about it, in my opinion, is like there are still good goalkeepers, and you're just in England. You know, let me ask you guys something. If we had Kelleher, this game ends 3-0. If we had Kelleher, this game ends 3-0. And I'm not saying this is some fucking world-class player. I'm not saying this is some world fucking class player. I'm saying Liverpool's backup fucking goalkeeper who's at Brentford. If we had Kelleher, this game ends 3-0. Period. Period. And this is going to be our cap. This is the only guy who scares me at our football club. On a week-to-week basis, I have to see this guy at my club. This is the only position at my entire club right now where I'm actually scared for what's going to happen. Every week. Every fucking week. He actually gives me zero confidence that we're going to get a clean sheet. Every week. Either a mistake, he misses the ball like this, he misses he goes up and fucking punches someone in the head for a fucking, when the cross comes in, he commits a penalty, he makes a stupid fucking pass that turns into a turnover, that turns into a goal. Like, bro, this guy right here, every week he's going to ruin our fucking weeks, guys. Even when we win, he's going to ruin our weeks. Look what we're doing today. We won. We scored 3 goals. The football looked really good going forward. And this guy is going to continuously bring us back to the pack. This guy will keep us in the pack. This guy himself will keep us in the fucking pack. This guy right here. Bro, I mean, y'all are talking about better goalkeepers than Sanchez, but I wouldn't say like they're mistake free either. Well, not a lot of them are. Not a lot of them are. He made that game nervy for no reason, bro. Nervy for no reason, because you couldn't make a save with the ball going with the ball less than a yard away from your hand, and you couldn't get down quick enough to save. Like, this is gonna be our downfall, guys. Right here. This is our cap. This is our cap. Our cap lays with this guy right here. Because I'm gonna tell you something. No matter how good defensively we could be immaculate defensively. Immaculate defensively. He's still gonna have to make fucking saves, bro. He is still gonna have to make fucking saves. Bro, Morning Zombie. This is practice. This is practice. This is a practice shot. He should be saving this with his eyes closed, bro. He should be saving this with his eyes closed. His eyes closed. He should be able to hear the shot and know that ball is going down to that spot. He should be able to save that shit since his eyes closed, bro. We need a fucking goalkeeper, guys. We need a fucking goalkeeper. And to be honest, we probably need another wingback too. I mean, if you want my honest opinion. You want my honest opinion, because I ain't doing the Hato wingback shit. I don't like it. I didn't like it. He had a couple good moments, but I didn't like it. Didn't look natural to me. I didn't like Hato as a wingback today. It's going to cost you a penny, bro, because I don't even think that they got that deal done yet. Yeah, we need a left footer, too. We need a left-footed wingback, in my opinion. It looks like there's some there's some context. Yo, Connor, do me a solid. Go look up Honest Nor's location in Honest Nor's location and the locations he played in the back three or in the back five. And then send me the link to it. Because he's what's 130 million euros in pounds? Enzo's gone. I really didn't want to talk about Enzo. £126 million. Yeah, I'm seeing 130 million euros from some of the journalists that I actually rely on. Yeah, he's gone, guys. He's gone to City. Thank you, Connor. 1 second. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. And there's the other option. I don't know if we get Alex Scott, guys. I'm gonna be so real with you. He's gonna have to force a move out. Like Alex Scott's gonna have to actually say, like, I want to go to Chelsea before the end of this window for that to happen. Because otherwise, I just don't see how it happens. Like I just don't. And then the whole Camavinga thing just disgusts me. I hate to get Camavinga in this for this team. It just doesn't make any sense for us to get Camavinga. And then I like Kone. You guys know that I've liked Kone for a while. I think Kone and Caicedo would be a disgusting pivot. Because he's very Lavia-like, to be honest. 130. 130, not 113, 130 million euros. Bro, here's the thing, Quiz Pursuit. I saw links. I keep a close eye on Roma. Ever since they got Gasperini, I've been keeping a close eye on them. And they went and bought one of my favorite strikers that played in Italy last year. So I'm like keen. I'm gonna be watching a lot of Roma this year. And I was just like kind of peeking at some of the news that they got. And they're going for Robert Rios. They're gonna which seems like a Kone replacement. Like they're trying to buy Robert Rios. Dude, Kone is actually like my FM fucking legend, bro. I'll always buy Kone every single year in the FM. I think he would only cost us like 50 million too. I don't think he would cost us like crazy money. 50, 60 million for him. He wouldn't be like my preferred pick. Yeah, Richard Rios. Yeah, Richard Rios got it was super what got linked to buy one of Roma's biggest accounts this morning. I wouldn't say very injury prone. I wouldn't say a very injury prone. I wouldn't. Here's the thing: is I don't mind any of these names that you guys are bringing up. To be honest, like I just don't think any of them really bring what Enzo brings. But you know that's kind of the game, though, right? That's kind of the game. Yeah, he was holding bench. And nephew, 65 million, my friend. I'm sure you're not bitching about getting Jackson now, seeing Buendia up top. Killer AMC, there is a chance because I was just about to say the reporters that I follow in Roma, and this is part of the reason why I've been following Roma because they've been linked to a lot of our fucking players. I'm gonna be dead ass like I think Roma in total, if you between Strasbourg and Chelsea, they've been linked to 7 players from us. Like between the two clubs, it's been like 7 players. That would nephew, I'm gonna be dead ass. That would actually be a fire signing for you guys. Nah, Robinson. It's gonna end up being 130. I'm telling you right now. They're gonna pay the bill. We want it. They're gonna pay. They want them. They're gonna pay the bill, bro. I mean, Barco's probably gonna play midweek. Quiz Pursuit. Yeah, he's gonna play midweek. I think Gittins ends up being bought. I think that I I don't like how stingy we've been with a couple of these players. But yeah, they want him to go get him. Latest news on a Sugo loan? I don't know, bro. I don't know. Let me see. Let me go try to pull Fab's latest shit. Cause I think Mamadou Sarr got loaned while the game was going on. Yeah, Mamadou Sarr got fucking loaned out while the game was going on. You might be right. Maybe not 50 million, but the offer that I saw, Quiz Pursuit, was 55 obligation, 5 up front, 50 obligation. You want to jump on ads? Yeah, why not? Fuck it. I'm just cooling. I'm probably gonna go play FIFA with Flawless here in a bit, but outside of that, yeah, you could jump on. Rose, I want to watch the game again. I'm gonna watch the game again tomorrow. I'm gonna watch the game again tomorrow. Live on this channel, by the way. We're gonna watch the game again live on this channel tomorrow. We're breaking down the game tomorrow. We're doing replay sessions tomorrow at the same time as today. What time was it? Like midnight, I think is what time the time it is. Yeah, midnight. Midnight. we're doing our replay. Ordonez is yo. You need to find a way to fucking bench Lindelof, nephew. That's just a fact. There's no way you should be playing Lindelof at this time, like 2026. Royal Chelsea, we ain't defending this guy no more, bro. We ain't defending this guy. Not on this channel. We don't defend this guy on this channel. Ads, I sent you the StreamYard, G. I sent you the StreamYard. If you're still in the chat, I sent you the StreamYard. It's in the chat. It's on WhatsApp. It has to be, nephew. It has to be. Yo, what's good? Yo, you there? All right, we'll let him get. Nice. Oh, we'll let him get situated. What's good, bro?
Yo, listen, yeah. First of all, big up yourself. Hope the work day was good. Enjoying your start to the week because I'm having a sensational start to my week, man. That was
man. I had a good work day. It wasn't like I had. So just a little sneak peek. I work in sales. I had 2 sales today that were supposed to go for like 30K, and I only ended up getting like 20K today. So like it was still a good day, right? It wasn't the best of days, but it was still a good day. You know what I'm saying? The same thing with this game, in my opinion. Like it was still a good day, but I'm still pissed. Like I'm still mad. I'm still mad, bro. Like I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ads. Like where me and you separate in this conversation of Chelsea. Like I feel like me and you are very like in the same realm of like thought process and most of the things at this football club. But this, I'm waiting for you to jump back on my side, son. I'm just waiting for you to jump back on my side.
No, you know what it is? Listen, yeah, big up yourself, big up Web Sports, bro. Like and subscribe in the chat. Listen, you got a good chat here as well. Listen, this season's about truth and accountability, right? So, like, the truth of the matter is, I'm always team anybody but Sanchez, bro. My thing is anybody but Arsenal and anybody but Sanchez in goal. Now, on that show we did with Flawless on Sarcasm City TV, I was in like my Chelsea bag. I was doing my Chelsea defense league, and I can't lie. I said something I didn't actually believe in, which is Sanchez is good. I don't believe that. Like, my thing is right. I still have somewhat of an agenda against Lemons. Really, I just don't think he's as good as people say he is. But my thing with Sanchez, and I stay consistent on this always. He's there enough for me to be in a title challenge, but for me to win the league, of course, he's not good enough, and he's not Chelsea standard. I've said this for years now. Last season he was a bit better, and I thought, you know what, maybe this season he can just be okay enough that we have our, our 80 odd points, and then we see him off in the summer, right? But not even after today. After this moment here, brother, I said, you know what, yeah, cool. Flawless is gonna cook me next time I talk to him about Sanchez. But otherwise, again, I've had the W on Flawless because, by the way, Flawless, your attack that's meant to be better than mine. Sorry. Do you know what JP Morgan did today? They dropped 5 GA combined today, and that's just the start. That's just the intro. But listen, we'll talk about Sanchez because I
mean, we told him about a lot.
We did.
But this Sanchez shit, he was right about. He was right about this shit. Like, I'm not gonna front. He was right about this shit. I was with him the entire time, bro. Other than the whole Lament conversation part of it, I'm with him on this shit, bro. I've been anti-Sanchez for so long, bro. I don't care. There's nothing that you can show me about this keeper that gives me anything but nervousness. He doesn't show me anything. He doesn't give me anything but nervousness. There's no type of confidence in this guy. I don't know how anybody, even Rob, the most staunchest Sanchez defender, bro. I don't know how you can go into a game and not expect him to make a mistake.
No, 100%, bro. And listen, it's jarring that obviously people like Rob, where me and Rob will differ is I listen. This season's about truth and accountability. So I will literally happily say, I take an L on Sanchez because even any stream that I say anything good about Sanchez, it's one stream too many. It's one stream too many. I don't rate Sanchez at all. And every time I watch Sanchez, this is my mood. This mood here of Thiago Silva doing this face, that's my mood when I watch Sanchez play football, bro. Because this guy's a disgrace.
Surfer, check Twitter. I just sent it to you.
Yeah, no, genuinely, bro. And obviously, Winter Surfer, he's the day one crusher of Sanchez, bro. So and I've been there with him, and he can verify. So listen, at the end of the day, today was a great performance, and we'll get into the positives later. But in terms of Sanchez, don't get me wrong, I feel the same annoyance as you, bro. I was like, I don't want to go through another season of this. I can't do it. We have a better attack now. We have Lacroix, who was sensational today. One of the best debuts I've seen in a long time. And I don't want to be leaving games thinking, it was good, but damn, I got to put with Sanchez for another 37 game weeks. I'm not trying to do that. He better be leaving tomorrow morning, bro. For me, Sanchez is done at this football club. And I've been saying it for time. I thought, let me give him one more chance. Nah. He's done. He's done at this club, bro. He has to be. He has to be. Again, if we're anything serious as a football club and an institution, they have to get rid of him, blood in penders for Thursday, and do anything you can to get Martinez by the weekend. That's what they have to do. They have to do it.
I mean, I'm not even the biggest Martinez fan, but I would definitely take Martinez over Sanchez. My problem is it just the same. I'm having it's the shot stopping is zero question better in my opinion from Martinez, but he's prone to make mistakes like that too.
He is, yeah, he is.
I want to pull up something. I want to just pull up an entire list, and we can just go through the goalkeepers in Europe, and
sure.
because this is the kind of shit I do. You know what I mean?
You're a real one, bro. You're realistic about you're not gonna be too giddy about a game when you feel like the overriding problem is gonna be the goalkeeper. And I totally wanted to talk about that a lot because it pissed me, bro. I almost broke my MacBook, bro, watching the game because I was live on King of the Bridge watching the game, doing the watch along, and it was crazy. And the vibes were great, and then Sanchez just kept ruining the vibes, bro. I'm not trying to go through another season of that, bro. I'm not trying to do that, bro.
So these were ranked as the best goalkeepers in Europe, based off of Football Critic, and I mean we can do most valuable in it too. But yeah. I said this earlier, bro. If we had Kelleher today, that would have been 3-0.
Bro, it would have been 5-0, bro. Like we would have been so comfy that we just would have the vibes would have kept going, and Palmer, JP Morgan, and that would have just kept bagging goals, bro. I guarantee you. Guarantee you.
Okay, even Petrovic is higher rated than that.
Where is Sanchez on this? Is he even like top 40? Oh Lord. Oh,
No.
bro, he's not. Yeah. I'm not even top 50, bro. It's disgusting. But this is what you get when you sign Brighton's, I think, second or even third choice goalkeeper at the time, bro. And this is down to Ben Roberts, bro, who gave this guy a career, gave this guy life at my club, and both of them need to be
I
gone.
don't know why transfer market's acting like this.
Mm.
I was just using transfer market like just a second ago. Like, why is it now bugging?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I just fucking Surfer's back here. My bad, Surfer.
All right,
Yeah,
big up.
transfer market's bugging, bro.
Hello.
Big up, my guy, man. Big up, bro.
Big up.
Listen,
Here we go. All right.
Sanchez.
we were getting the negative out of the way real quick, which is Bob Bomb Sanchez. Yeah, man. He did it again. He did it again.
I don't know. You know what?
He's the cap to our team, bro. I've been saying it for a while. He's where our team is capped at Sanchez, bro. Our team is capped at Sanchez.
I feel like somehow he hears when people defend him, and then he doesn't do it on purpose. Well, he reminds them of what he is. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. Honestly, that I won't blame him entirely for the second goal because that was a collaborative effort. The second goal, but the first.
The second goal still hit him though. He still has to parry that outside of the box. He parried it right back into the box.
100%.
That's still him, bro. That's still him. I'm not. See, this is what I'm sorry, Andrew, and I know how much you are a hater of Sanchez, but even those things that are like, oh, but we could put some of the blame on somebody else too. Like, nah, bro. Like, nah. You need to do your job. Part of your job is to put it away from the fucking goal. That's it.
I think just the first one is what. Just the first one. It's not. He's nearly in the middle of the goal. Do you know what I mean? That shot. Do you know what I mean? It's not even like near the corner or anything like that. It's not even a hard shot. It's like, honestly, and the man kicked the turf and it went off for a corner today. Do you know what I mean?
It's one of his worst ever performances for us, and that's saying a lot because he's had a lot of stinkers, bro. This is one of the worst ones, bro. One of the worst by far.
I don't know how many times I have to keep saying it though on certain shows. I have to go. He's just not good enough. And it's like people don't respect it. I'm telling you right now, people don't respect the goalkeeping position. They just don't respect it.
They don't, bro.
Respect in what way?
They don't. Like fans, like they think they can get away with subpar goalkeepers. Do you know what I mean? Like they can get away with below average goalkeepers.
No, we've been blessed. That's the problem. We've been fucking blessed.
Terrific goalkeepers.
We've had goalkeepers until this fucking guy. We've had goalkeepers. We've had great goalkeepers for our entire lifetimes of watching Chelsea, pretty much.
Bro, Joey, throw it back to Carlo Cudicini back in the day, bro. Then you go through the Petr era cold. Then we had a point where Petr
I wasn't the biggest fan of Cudicini, but even then, like, he was better than everybody else.
Like, Cudicini's like a decent base, right? Then we upgraded to Czech, who's like the GOAT. Then we got to a point where Czech was on the bench for Courtois. Like, do you know how crazy you have to be to have that situation where you have those two at near enough their primes, or Petr towards the end of his prime, Courtois going into his prime? Different. And then obviously we end up with, Kepa. We don't want to discuss that. Edouard Mendy, despite how it ended, look what he done in his first season, winning the Champions League, being one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Like we go from all of that to this absolute scrub, bro. Like this fraud with his flipping spray on the hairline and all that nonsense, bro. Like you're a bald fraud, bro. And like, listen, big up all the man them who are bored on that. Having less to do in the morning. Big up you guys. But this guy is an absolute disgrace to the badge, to the institution. And this should be his last day ever in Southwest London, bro. He should never step foot in that Southwest London after today, bro. Get rid of him. Get rid of this guy, bro. Honestly, because look at my Abbey, right? Lacroix, for me, had a sensational debut in the Premier League for us. Sensational. And He does not deserve that. I look back and see a scrub like that behind him. He does not deserve it, bro.
He's just terrible. Honestly, he get me watching him, and I know it's for you guys as well. My anxiety rises with this guy every time, and that's just us watching him. Imagine playing with this guy. Do you know what I mean? Imagine playing with this guy. How anxious you are to do something. It's just honestly, honestly, that's what I told. That's what I talked about in Don's show when they go, "Oh, but this keeper makes mistakes and this keeper makes mistakes." Yeah, when they make mistakes, you go, "Oh wow, I didn't expect that." You know he's going to make mistakes. This guy, you just know it. It just sometimes he doesn't get punished a lot for them. That's our fortune. He doesn't get punished, but he makes 3 or 4 mistakes nearly every game that could lead to goals. Do you know what I mean? That's.
Yeah.
I mean, for instance, I know it's not. People might say it's not much. That bit where he kicked the turf and went off for a corner, that could have been a goal. Do you know what I mean? From a corner. Do you know what I mean? Look at it.
Even his distribution at times as well, bro. Horrible.
Yeah, the best thing about him today, and I'll bring him, was his catching him crosses. That was the best thing about him today. Was his catching him crosses was fine, but everything else is just. And for me, the goalkeeper is the one position on the pitch you need 100% confidence in that person. You need 100% like that for them because they can save you 10 to 15 points a year. I know goal scorers are important, but goalkeepers can just have like.
No, you're 100% right. 100% right.
Remember that Mendy game against Brentford years ago?
Yeah, the G-Tech,
We won 1-0. We were rubbish, but he was man of the match because he saved everything. Sanchez wouldn't do that.
He doesn't do that, and that's the problem with Sanchez. Because you're absolutely right, bro. You need 100% confidence in your goalkeeper that he's not going to do something crazy. Because João Pedro today was sensational for me, right? He was great again today, amongst one of the best players on the pitch for me.
Yeah.
But like even he had like one moment he should have scored. Like he had that like sort of bicycle kick attempt which went wide. He should get it on target, right? And like that's just an example of a striker can have a bad moment, but that's cool because he's still done well around that. With a goalkeeper, you can't afford this kind of level of clanger or this level of mistake. You can't afford it because it ruins the whole vibe. We score within 31 seconds of the game of the season. The vibes are immaculate. And then he goes and does this. Then second half, guys, the second half we started great again. Again, we're very good at starting halves very well under this manager. And just when you're thinking it's 3-1, everybody's doing the Cole Palmer celebration. Like the vibes are there. Like the fans are buzzing. You can tell. Like for me, I'm like, oh, this is going to be 4-5-1. We're going to be laughing all the way to the bank. And then within a few minutes, look what he goes and does. Yes, Cole made a mistake, sure. But that's when you need your goalkeeper to bail you out. Do you guys think that David Luiz, Gary Cahill, Aspilicueta, John Terry, all these guys didn't make mistakes and didn't have Courtois or Czech to bail them out? Of course they did. Of course they made mistakes. And their goalkeeper will bail them out more often than not. And this guy doesn't do that. He doesn't do that enough for a club of our standard. He doesn't.
And there's also Peter. Listen, Peter Cech and Courtois made mistakes. Every keeper makes mistakes, but they were far and few between, right? And they didn't cost us like a lot. This guy is he's just a walking hazard warning. Do you know what I mean? That's what he is. He's just like there can't be any. You cannot be anxious as a fan, let alone as a player, with this guy. You just cannot. You know, he is just awful. I hope Penders plays on Thursday against Luton like that in the League Cup, and then I'll just throw him in.
Yeah, for me at this point, if the club and the manager have all made their bed to lie in it with these two goalkeepers, then make the executive decision to start Penders Thursday and start Penders on Sunday. Now, I wouldn't throw in a kid who's not played in this league before this early into a season, but now we have to, unless you want to grow some balls, be ruthless like we used to be under the Roman era, and say, you know what, axe this goalkeeper, because we've axed way better players and also managers who have done way more for this club than Sanchez. So axe this guy, make whatever loss you got to make on him, and go get somebody, or just trust Penders.
Or you, like you say, if you don't want Penders thrown in, you go to Villa and you pay for Emi Martinez.
And in short term, and listen, I said it. I don't think Joe's a big fan of him, right? But at the end of the day, anybody's better than Sanchez because Martinez will come in. Enzo's his boy. As long as you keep Enzo, there's them two are there. They can have some sort of link up, right? In terms of like, he has friends at the club already and a kind of thing. And like, guys, we just can't be dealing with our players looking back and seeing Sanchez throwing the ball in the back of the net and then have to go for kickoff. Like, that's so demoralizing as a team. When you're up and then all of a sudden the ball goes into the back of your net and everybody knows in their heart, oh, it's the goalkeeper's fault.
You know what wasn't talked about much today? There was another save where the ball was struck right at him, and he did a weird position with his arms, like that.
Mm.
It bounced off him, like he didn't know where it was going to go.
Yeah.
It was like that could have easily bobbled in because
Yeah.
he was positioned very weirdly on it.
Yeah,
Like,
I like. Josh, for me, Josh Archington was actually really good today,
he
especially for
was, I
his
liked
standard,
him.
right?
I liked
Like
him,
a
yeah.
couple times he got done with balls over the top, right? And then one of those, Robinson was in behind, and genuinely, if it's not a left back and it's any right-footed player on the pitch, they lob it over Sanchez because Sanchez's positioning was again awful, like awful.
Yeah,
So again,
but that's the thing. The way that the press the way that the way they set up that play. If you actually watch it, and we'll watch it tomorrow. Once again, we're doing the replay show tomorrow. If you don't know, I'm starting a new series on my channel, just watching replays after every game week. We're going to do a replay of the game. We're going to have it in the Discord. Everyone will be able to watch it. But what I saw from that play, actually, it was actually really smart. They actually forced the switch. So basically, the winger came back into the deep area, and Anthony Robinson switched over. Otherwise, I don't think that ball would happen because Anthony Robinson was full sprint from the halfway line. So it's like it would be pretty tough for it to if the ball was really good too. Like just like the placement of the ball inside was really good, but like Anthony Robinson, it's not just Anthony Robinson that would have missed that. Most players would have missed that. Like
I don't know. I feel like on the right foot, that's a good chance for a normal attacker. But you're right. The way that they set it up was great.
Because of the pressure that Achampong has on a player. Most players would miss that. Like you're gonna, there's not even that many good left wingers in this league. Period. That could do that shit. Like
that's true. That is true. But again, it was just more to highlight because again, you're right to highlight how they set it up. Because how they set up that play was obviously very hard for Josh to defend, but. Again, a good goalkeeper, it doesn't leave himself in no man's land like he did. Like he sort of waits, assesses, and then maybe he comes out or he stays on his line because you're right. It's not an easy chance, especially for a left back. But obviously, Sanchez again was left nowhere. So
Jeremy,
we can all talk about it with blue in the face.
I'm sorry, bro. This is nonsense, bro. This is nonsense. I don't care. I don't care if they find space. If a goalkeeper if Josh King puts it in the corner, it's a different story. Josh King put it a yard away from him, bro. A yard away from him on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't care, bro. Like that's bare minimum type of saves, bro. It's bare minimum type of stuff.
Listen, bro, it's Premier League football, bro. Like unless you're like playing an absolute bum team and with no confidence, they're gonna have chances because it's Premier League football. But these are all good teams. You have a good manager who was literally at Real Madrid last summer or last season. He brought in 2 of his guys from Madrid, and they still have a decent team that was mid-table last year. So they're gonna create chances, and that's why you need your goalkeeper to have a decent game. And like I said at the top of the show, a competent goalkeeper, make sure that we keep a clean sheet, and we probably win this 5-0 because of how we were playing. You probably win it 5-0.
We're gonna have a different convo now. We talked a lot about Sanchez.
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna put this in scenario in front of you. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We get 130 million for Enzo Fernandez. What's the answer? The list is in front of you.
It's a very good question because I feel like if we're gonna lose
Andrew,
Enzo,
the question's up to you too, bro. If you want to start it, you're more than welcome to.
I mean, Andrew, if you want to go first, go for it, bro. I might need to think on this.
Well, I've always said we needed a midfielder, even if Enzo stays. So if he goes, I think we need 2. So,
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? So I think. Now, do you want me or you want what I want, or do you want what I think the club's going to do?
Do both.
Okay, I would go Wharton. I'd go Wharton and Kone. But I think they might. I don't know if they will do 2, but if they do 2, I think they'll go Scott and Kone.
I hear that. I think for me, of these guys, it's tricky because Wharton will give us probably the closest thing we get to Enzo in terms of like good level of passing, the break lines especially. But obviously, I worry about his ability off the ball. And if to get 2 of these level of players is difficult in such a short period of time. But I think you can make it work, especially knowing that we're going to be in the Champions League the following season. So you need depth. But ultimately, Kone is a top level player, so we should definitely look to get him if we can. But if we go and get a Wharton, fine. But then we have to get somebody else who can cover the ground a bit more and a bit more physical, in my opinion. Just because, again, we saw a glimpse of what life is like without Caicedo today, and we don't want to see that too often without Caicedo in the midfield. It's not a good look.
Yeah. So, C. Doyle, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. This why help a rival sell him next year? Because if we get the number that we want, we get the number we want. Like this whole shit has just been like his agent is acting like a fucking prick, and he's just making it loud as fuck when there's no need for it to be loud.
Agreed.
Like realistically, I'm gonna honestly disagree with you guys here in a certain way. I don't think we need two midfielders.
Okay.
I also don't think we need the passer that you guys think we need. I'm just gonna be honest, especially with the way that I saw us play today, and where we want the ball to go a lot of the time before it gets to our front line. I just need solid in a lot of places. I need more well-roundedness, in my opinion, than like a specialist in this case.
You need a wall, essentially a wall in the midfield.
Yeah, like I need just a little bit more solidity in someone who's just gonna do the basics at a really high level, in my opinion. I don't necessarily think I need.
I don't hate that, especially if Alonso makes certain tweaks. Because if we have like a solid 2 in front of a 3, that's a great core to have. And obviously, I think we can still improve on right centre back regardless. But for what it is now, I expect Levi to be better than what he was today. Right? Levi wasn't good by his standard at all today. But to your point, if we have a solid 2 in front of the 3, I'm okay with that as long as we play more offensive wing backs. For me, you can afford one fullback in like a left back area. That's fine.
I think that's the plan, and I think that's kind of where I kind of like. I think you're kind of leading to my next point. And I appreciate that.
To play today.
I appreciate where you're kind of going with that. To be honest, but I think the one thing that I've said on a consistent basis, I think the one thing that I've been saying for this type of system that I would like for someone that for next to Caicedo is a press resistant dual winner. So literally what we have in Lavia, but someone who I know I can trust for longer periods of time.
Okay.
Like I think that's why I've been very like underwhelmed with buying like a pivot player in like the high market. Like I've been more on the side of, hey, if you want to look at stats, Mamadou Sangari's stats look fucking real good, bro. I told people this all summer. I've been telling people this all summer. Like Mamadou Sangari's stats look real motherfucking good. Since you guys don't watch that league, like just go look at it. And for fuck's sake, like one game, people think he's better than Tonali already, which, I mean, I could have told you he was better than Tonali before the game started, but I'm telling you, like, sometimes the stats don't lie, guys, but the eye test don't lie either when you watch a lot of these guys. I mean, Lamine Kamara's a good player. I just think with him, it's a physicality transition for him because he kind of plays with a finesse to his game.
Right.
Where I think the opposite of Kone. Like, I actually think the total opposite of Kone. I think Kone is exactly the style of midfielder that I would want, but I would rather have a taller version of him. That's why I was trying to tell people, I was like, yo, if this Boadi deal falls through, we should definitely go. Because, like, he does the basics at a really high level, and his ball carrying and just ground coverage is at a really, really high level. Like, all of the basic stuff that you would want from your midfielder first before I turn you into a specialist of some sort or ask you to be a specialist of some sort, I need from you first. Like, those are the basics, in my opinion. Where, like, if we go to Adam Morton, right, or even if we keep Enzo Fernandez and we go for even an Alex Scott, who's a different type of specialist, in my opinion. Like these are all players with deficiencies that I would like, that we just don't necessarily need the upside for. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Where it's like
Fully.
if I had someone who was more well-rounded and he can do a little bit of all the other things, where that means if I do have to let Caicedo sit, I can shift him over and play another midfielder next to him, like a Kone Caicedo midfield, a Kone Lavia midfield would work great. You just have Kone sit, which he can do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of the style of thought that I have. Where then I'm thinking to myself, okay, I just made 130 million, and I got Kone. Let's just say on the high side, 60 million, right? On the high side, right? Like that's the actual like top end number that you would probably have to spend on Kone at this point. Is about 60 million. So I have about 70 million left. Does that mean I can't go for like a Carnesci at Atalanta, Oblak if I want to go for Oblak, if I want to go for Kobel for 60 million, 50, 60 million, I go for Kobel. Like I can actually spend money on a goalkeeper rather than going for Martinez as like a stopgap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I would rather go one more piece, right? Because you had the other piece to you actually brought up the other piece. Like I would maybe even go and get another more attacking left wing back in this case, because it seems like at this current moment, Quenda's over Gittins in that left 10. So if that's the case, then I want a left wing. I need another wing back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Gittins doesn't fit there. So I fully hear all of that, to be fair. That makes complete sense. And I think my only slight, not even pushback, but more recognition of the kind of game states we're going to be in this season. This game state does suit more of like a pivot that's going to be more off the ball and help us when we're playing, a game where we're winning and we're away from home and we're happy to have, 40% of the ball, which is fine because we have the attack to help transition and actually score goals. But obviously at home, we're going to be playing against a lot of teams that are going to want to just sort of be in a mid block, which won't be Brighton, by the way. Brighton are going to try to play us out football, so that's cool. But most teams lower down the league are going to come to the bridge and sort of sit back. And I think in those kind of games, we will miss Enzo's playmaking ability from deep. And I feel like we can still replace that because if Palmer's on form, then obviously we have that playmaking there. And obviously we have our wing backs who can maybe provide something. But of course, if you play with like a two, let's say it's Caicedo and Lavia, it's good, but it might lack a little bit of ingenuity to create against a low block when there's three centre backs behind them. And then
here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I just want to stop you there because there's a key piece that you say about the ingenuity that can be replaced, right? And we already have the players in place to be able to help replace it. In the scenario against the low block, there's two ways of being able to break down a team: being able to carry the ball beyond players and being able to pass the ball beyond players. Realistically, with the passers that we have at the back line, if I consider Reece James a passer in the back line, and then you have Lavia as a ball carrier, or if you have Kone as a ball carrier in this case, let's just say it's Kone for the sake of our conversation, you're going to be fine, especially with the width that the wingbacks provide you, because the width is going to stretch the team this way. And then you have the ability to be able to either break lines beyond with the two wide center backs that have the ability to break lines. And then you have the ball carrier in Lavia or Kone, and then you have Caicedo being your more industrious player. So realistically, like a back five, like a team that's going to sit back on us is going to learn, like, what are we going to do to deal with the wings? Because if the wings are actually being consistent and doing what they're supposed to do, like, and being able to provide crosses into the box, and the way that we move the ball is the other thing. Like, bro, we haven't watched us move the ball this quickly in years.
It's true.
So, like, those are, like, that's why I'm, like, I don't have this sense of, let me ask you, do you think that we were too rigid against teams that played a back five or played tried to play a low block against us when we had Matic and Conte in the pivot?
Oh no, sorry. I thought you were going to just mean generally in the past few years.
No, let me just ask you that. I'm asking you that question because that's not necessarily the most creative pivot.
No, it wasn't. But the scary thing is you look at the stats on that. Matic, for his GNA, was actually very good that season in terms of but that also helped with the wing backs we had as well, right? In terms of Alonso and Moses as well, which is like today. I wish Palestra would have played today.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to
because it would have been a different game.
I thought
it would have been a different game with Palestra because Palestra has the dynamic that can't be. Like, he has a dynamic where he allows himself to put himself into positions where he's always the extra man. If you watched him in the games prior, like the reason why he wasn't always in the wide area is because he saw a space in the middle that he would just plot himself in.
Yeah.
And then continuously drag players towards him, and then all of a sudden the outside space is fucking wide open.
And just Gusto.
He's in, like, the intellect of the guy is just, it's fucking it's such a high level while he's not even on the ball. Like, that's why I rated him so much watching him when he was in Italy last year. It's like the intellect is just so there.
Yeah.
And we missed him so much, even because it would have also provided the one thing that I've been wanting to talk about. I've been talking about a lot on this channel is, like, teams are gonna press us until we have Palestra out there. Because Palestra, if you create a diamond of Palestra, Rogers, and João, all I need Robert Sanchez to do on an outlet, or whoever's on the ball on an outlet, is over the top in that area. There's 3 giants in that area, my G. There's 3 giants over there. There's 3 giants over there. Just hit it over there. One of them's going to get on it.
Yeah. And then they can play it back to Palmer to create for them. And then Palmer's got players running off of him. Like, that's perfect scenario.
Palmer knows how to drift is the best part. So he'll drift into pockets where he'll know where he can pick up the ball off that area being, like, the location area where the ball needs to be.
And he wasn't, if you notice, Palmer wasn't, obviously with 2 10s, Palmer wasn't central. 10 tonight. He's working off the right. Because if you notice, remember in the second half, he had that dribble when he had that shot that should have been a corner.
Yeah, but he had a consistent overlap the entire game. That's the difference.
That's the difference, right? What he had with Gusto in the first season under Poch, right?
Yeah.
That's why he looked like old Cole Palmer, because he had a consistent overlap the entire game.
Exactly.
He literally consistent overlap the entire fucking game. There's a possession of play, a great possession of play that I think is, like, very, like, it gives you, like, a very good idea of, like, how dangerous we really could be. So, like, at the end of the game, there's, like, this is, like, the ball's, like, played to the left-hand side, and I think, like, Quenda and somebody start, like, fighting over the ball. He, like, pokes it out, and Esteval's, like, really central. And all you see on the right-hand side is Neto is, like, on his fucking own, basically. And this is exactly when Neto went and, like, did the cold corner thing. He bopped a few players and, like he held up the ball over there, and then he hit the shot against the fucking the goal. And right at the end of the game, this is like 90 something, 89th minute or some shit like that. But you'll see that the flow of the play, everyone's very left-sided oriented, because that's where a lot of the players were. And then you see Esteval kind of drifting into the middle. That Neto has just, like, literally, like, no one and their moms is near this guy. No one is near this guy for acres of space. They had players coming from the other side of the field chasing him down. That will always be our superpower, is the fact that we will consistently have width in this team. Like, consistently.
Yep. And it was beautiful when we had it with Victor Moses, because obviously he could dribble very well, and obviously a natural winger, was great at Wigan as an attacking winger. Kind of lost himself a bit with Chelsea, but there was obviously better wingers ahead of him until Conte came in and changed his whole career at Chelsea and made him a wing back, and the rest is history. Yeah. And I think with Neto, he can give us that. Obviously, I don't necessarily like playing with inverted wing backs. So, like, if one's inverting, that's fine. I didn't like it versus Sociedad last week, Saturday, the week before, when we had both Palestra and Neto inverting. I don't like that. And I think Alonso has to find the tactical solutions to make it work, where maybe there's one inverting, or you play with 2 natural wing backs who are going to go on the outside, because Neto on the left can do enough of a job defensively to cover for, let's say, Levi Colwill in the channel, because Neto's got great recovery pace, and he can bomb on, and on the left it simplifies his game, because you won't need to see him stopping and starting too often. He can just hit the byline, and then do a cutback, a cross, or whatever it is, and it's great. And again, I think like you're making many a great point, both of you on this show, is when you give that natural overlap to Palmer, it makes his game so much better because it gives him that natural option to go wide, but then he can cut inside. Then he's got João Pedro in front of him to play a ball to, or Rogers making a run off of him, and it just makes the game so much more easier. And at that point, we have enough attacking impetus and enough attacking threat where you can afford to have two sitting DMs who just control the game, keep it ticking, and then you have three centre backs who are going to help be that solid foundation for what will be actually a very attacking team. To be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Plus,
it pretty much gives us like a front five that is like a its own moving ship in a sense. Like you have like this five, right, of a 2 and a 3 in the back that is its own moving ship. It all moves together. As the ball goes forward, that five will move together as a team. That's your defending five, right? Where the width is up and down. They have the same rotations up and down this way. Right? Sometimes they'll cut in depending on where the tens want to start their runs. Sometimes they'll go outside, right? But that five, I don't need that five to do anything but be solid and consistent. That five is when you have that five at a solidity and it's consistent and it does the things that it needs to do on a consistent basis. You don't need it to be this special unit. You need it to be consistent and solid. Those are the two things that you need from that five. You don't need it to be this outrageously passing team, these outrageously great passers, or you don't need this specialist here. You need consistency in all these little areas. If you have consistency in all these areas, and that five is a unit, bro, there's no limits to what that team, that type of formation can do, especially with the type of players we have on the width. I think we need to add one more for the wingback spot, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, I also back to what you were saying. If you're going to get another, let's say, defensive midfielder by Caicedo, then Caicedo can just be what he does for Ecuador. Do you know what I mean? Just he can just go a little bit more forward than he does for Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? He can be the facilitator to Cole or to Morgan Rogers like that, and you've got someone still beside him like that. I said we
you're unleashing one of the best pressers in the world, allowing the press, his pressing ability to be higher up the pitch. Caicedo winning the ball higher up the pitch is only a good thing.
By the way, that was one of the very good things tonight, especially in the first half, was the pressing as well. The pressing was very good, which led to both goals in the first half essentially, because you got obviously messing up, and then Lacroix with the second goal, and they end up doing the assist. That was it as well. And you're right, we've seen Caicedo's pressing. I'll just bring up Tottenham last year, just the amount, when Neto gave up on a ball, but Caicedo didn't. Do you know what I mean? It led to obviously the João Pedro goal. But you're absolutely right in terms of that. You got to get like the wing backs have to be in that type of system. The wing backs have to be more attacking. You cannot have overall defensive wing backs because it just nullifies the system, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't make any sense. You maybe get away with one of them being more defensive than the other, but both of them can't be that. And Gusto today, I'm sorry, Gusto is no. Do you know, it's just no. As a wing back, no, just no.
There was one time where Hato actually made a really great drive around inside, right? And he tried to then reverse it back to João Pedro, which probably wasn't the best choice, but it was a great showcase of what Hato can do with dribbling. He could have shot, but there was also Gusto right there in the overlap.
Bro, he's shown us a couple times, bro, where how well
he's got great, and that's what happens when you come out the Dutch academy. Like, we know that he's just naturally techie, very technical baller. But like when he done that great drive, Gusto was right there for the overlap. And I was obviously on the show with Jem. We were talking about it in the game. It's like, whoa, the overlap was there, but then Jem was like, well, I mean, it's Gusto. He probably would have missed it anyways. But that's true. And that's the thing. Like, if you have like a Victor Moses there, or even a Neto, who, to be fair, did get 20 GA last season and shown some better shooting mechanics of recent. Neto in that position, if he gets that overlap pass, that's more again. That's an opportunity where we can actually get more goals just from anybody breaking the press, and automatically that width that we mentioned is right there for somebody to come in, crash the box at the right time, unopposed because the left back's naturally drawn to the middle or Palmer, and also our wing backs can get you plenty of goals like that. Because I would also trust Palestra in that position to strike the ball better than Augusto, who we know scores once every 3 blue moons, let alone one.
I thought we were actually.
I would like to see the problem I have with this right now, and I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't want to see Palestra on the left.
No.
And like I like Palestra. I don't mind it. Like I don't think it's a bad thing that he's on the left. Like I don't think he's bad on the left. But I think he's so much better on the right. Like I just think he's so much better on the right. And that's why I'm like, I need to get Neto out and I need to get a left-sided wing back. Like that's my opinion on it. Like I need a left-sided wing back. Like if Gusto's gonna back up Palestra, it is what it is.
But are you not a fan of what Chavaria could bring to this team? Do you not feel like he could be that starter left wing back?
I mean, I don't necessarily think that it's a problem to have Chavaria, but I think it's just too defensive. Period. Like I would like a more attacking left wing back personally. That's why I'm like, get me like Araujo or someone like that. Like someone who's really about like getting up and down that wing and attacking it. Like
I think one thing like an internal solution technically is Quenda because he can play there, but obviously that was
term. Don't use that term, ads, please. Don't use that term, internal solution.
One in-house.
Okay, cool.
One in-house solution. One in-house solution. Yeah.
Whatever. Just don't use
it's technically. No, I hear you. Like technically, Quenda could do that, right? And obviously, that was a bit of a dispute.
This is the thing that pisses me off, bro. This is the part that pisses me off about it. Like Neto and Gusto, we could have easily moved already, and if we weren't pricks about the number for these two players, like.
Yeah, we could have already got our business done for sure. But like obviously I feel like Quenda could do a thing at wing back, but obviously maybe defensively there's some question marks. Obviously Chavaria, I think Chavaria is a good ball carrier, but I need to see more of what he can do in the final third of shots and pass like decision making.
I want to watch I'm gonna watch the wing backs very specifically in the replay tomorrow. Yeah. So like that's gonna be the one thing I watch very very, very keenly when I'm watching that replay tomorrow.
And Tavari's only had a few minutes against Sociedad and tonight against.
He's just getting used to this shit.
Yeah,
But like I'm not it's not that I'm opposed to Chavaria, by the way. Like I don't want to say that. I just think the one thing that Chavaria, like you bring Chavaria on to do is to lock someone down. Like that's really like what he's about. Like that's really what he's about. He wants, like, if you want him to be like, yo, that right winger over there, yeah, he just end his day. End his day. Yeah. That's the type of guy I see him as. Where I want a fucking, like I said, I want like a real wing back.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Alonso had, a very good wing-back combination, especially for Bundesliga football in Grimaldo and Frimpong. And those guys obviously going forward brought a lot to the game. So hopefully he sees what we didn't have today and kind of finds solutions for that because he needs to. Because ultimately, it's Fulham, and Fulham are a decent outfit in the Prem, but we're going to need more offensively if we're going to operate with this kind of midfield and the back three. Because you can't trust Palmer, Rodgers, and Pedro for everything. They're great. They're a great front three, but we still need more offensively. As much as we could have scored 5 or 6 goals today, we will still want more against certain teams, especially from the wing back areas. Because
that's why the wing backs need to be. That's why, in my opinion, the wing backs need to be included in that attack, and that's why I want more attacking wing backs. That's why I want another attacking wing back, in my opinion. That's why I'm like, I'm not spending. This is why I'm not replacing Enzo Fernandez with £100 million player. Like, this is why I'm not doing it. Like, and anybody telling me Alex Scott's going to cost us $100 million.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's for me.
So, I'm not, once again, I'm not replacing Enzo with £100 million player. Like, I don't necessarily. I'm building my midfield around Caicedo. Like, I don't need some deep line playmaker for this system. I don't. Because the 10 drops into pocket, the 10s drop into the pockets, the the wing backs are up in the wing backs are up and high most of the time. So like in build up, I have a 4 in the midfield, and my wing backs are creating space for that 4 in the midfield. So like, why am I? So if I have 4 in the midfield and João Pedro who can drop into the pockets, why am I trying to buy someone who's trying to like slice lines open when I have triangles in every space on the field? I literally have triangles everywhere. Why am I fucking trying to split lines open?
And just last thing before I think Adrian wants to make a point on this, because obviously he brought up the fact of obviously we had Matic and Kante as a pivot, and that doesn't on paper look that attacking, but yet look how many goals we got because of the attacking wing back. And of course we had a front three that obviously you had Diego Costa could do a lot by himself as a 9. We had whether it was Pedro, Willian who could suffice and not even suffice. They were good in the system and they thrived under Conte, but especially Pedro. Willian obviously had his issues with Conte, it's well documented. And obviously then you have Eden Hazard just being Eden Hazard, so that's just a cheat code. And obviously, between the front three we have now, there's enough individual quality there where, I can see why a world about Enzo is calm. A world about Enzo is calm. It's just for me, just get enough money for him and it makes sense from City, because you don't want to sell to a rival. For like, for me,
which has always been my. This is always. I'm telling you guys. Like, I don't know if you guys have been watching me, bro, but like the whole piece of Enzo has been the whole thing on Enzo for me has always been one thing: pay the fuck up. If you pay the fuck up, he can leave. Pay up. That's it. Motherfuckers like Elliot Anderson are going for a 120, bro. He has to be at least that.
No, but I think he's way more though, but bro, we're actually undervaluing him, bro, because I don't care about this new like the deadline was 120, whatever. Like, maybe they wanted to be 125.
I don't care. I get it.
It should be 140 million.
No. What it comes down to for me, bro, is you don't get to pay that 120 in 5 fucking payments no more. I need it in 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but even
I need it in 2. Like that. Like no ads. That's better for us, bro. It's just better for us. Like 10 million more, 15 million more, 20 million more means nothing if we don't get to see it for 5 fucking years. Like right now, in my opinion, if you're gonna give me 120, it needs to be in 2 fucking payments. 2 payments this year and next year.
No, Joey, can I just say this quickly, right? Because you mentioned when I first joined, you mentioned like
the other deals we're gonna have are gonna be 5 long. Now we have flexible money for the next 2 years that we can spend on pieces that we need right away.
Joey, when you break it down like that, I fully get it. Because obviously I've worked in sales before as well, right? And I've worked in like travel insurance where obviously you sell for a certain amount and obviously you get some customers who are like, oh, can I pay in installments? It's like, well, that's not really how my company works. We don't really do it like that. And like, obviously, when there's installments, the company gets less, I get less on the front end, innit? So like when people pay more up front, obviously you just pay straight away for the insurance for the whole year or just for the one-off trip, right? Then there's obviously way more. So like, in that instance, it might be like, oh, Chelsea only got 125 for Enzo, but like if we get more of it up front, then you know
you're giving me most of that shit up front. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's way better.
Now I can spend what I need to get what I need to get done. Like realistically, bro. Like just be frank. If they wanted to go the 100 million route, that 100 million that we would be giving them is different than the 100 million that Forrest got, or the 100 million that Villa got. Or because the 100 million that we would give them would be a lot of upfront, which would force their hand. It forces your hand. If you're seeing a lot more money up front on something, right? It kind of forces your hand to move in a way.
But as long as we've got the replacements for Enzo lined up, I'm cool with it though. That's when I'm cool with it.
So I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I've been saying this Kone thing for a little bit. Like, I don't necessarily have inside information, but just based off of like the rumors that I'm kind of hearing around Kone right now, I know he's getting a move. Like, I don't know if it's to us. I don't know if that's to us necessarily, but I do know he's getting a move. Like, he's getting a move. They're replacing him.
Like, talked about wing backs. What did you?
So just to keep that in mind.
Yeah.
What do you think about Lewis Potter from Brentford?
Love the idea.
Because he started off as a winger, but he's actually been put as a wing back now with Brentford.
Yeah, he plays wing back great. He's a great wing back.
With Charlotte at the weekend, they absolutely destroyed
They were so good. Lewis Potter was so good, bro. It made me question why they're going for Diouf. And I thought Diouf to Brentford sounds like a nasty move. It sounds like making Brentford just one of the more nasty teams in this.
I would go
but dude, Lewis Potter. Every time I watch the kid play, he is out. He's just technically sound. He's in the right positions every single time. He's in the right fucking positions. His passing is at a high enough level where you're not questioning what he's doing every single time. And he just does the right things in the right moments. It's that simple for me. He really does. I do wonder. He did have a couple injuries. I know that for a fact. I knew he had a couple injuries last year.
Yeah,
but Lewis Potter's a great name, great fucking name. Especially if we want to stay in the league, right? They pick one up. But you know how Brentford is. These teams are, bro. You know how these teams are. I'm not necessarily the one to go and say don't buy from the Premier League. I think it's a great idea to buy from Prem teams. I think
it's very expensive.
And it's like a Brentford, bro. He's not moving. He's not moving. He's staying where he's staying in his pad. He's just driving in a different way every single day.
It's still West
that's all it is. He's not moving. He's not changing his life. He's going from one pad. He's driving one way to work to a different way to work now. That's it.
Yeah.
So that to me, this whole thing. There's plenty of wingbacks out there, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. There is plenty of fucking wingbacks out there.
I agree.
There's plenty of wingbacks out there that you can go and get, like actual wingbacks. There's a lot of teams playing back threes in Europe, just in period. There's a lot of fucking teams, and Italy has a ton of them. Fucking even Germany has a ton of them. I just think we need the funny part is we need a wingback that's not an actual winger and has a little bit more of this physical stature to him.
Yes.
So I don't mind necessarily Neto playing wingback. I just don't. I'd rather not see him in wide areas just defending people. Personally,
and also I've always said this. I don't with wingers with the opposite side foot, no problem. You can't do that. I just don't think you can do that with wingbacks. I just can't think because they happen to cut back in.
I just don't think we need another right-sided one.
Yes,
it's the problem. That's the problem here. It's we don't need another right-sided one. Neto doesn't. We don't need Neto to be a right-sided wingback.
No,
we just don't. We need him to be. We need a left-sided guy who can be more attacking, in my opinion. But
that's what for me.
Hato may be that guy though. Well, Hato may be that guy though, bro.
But I feel like Hato's got enough solutions for us at left centre back where it's fine, and I feel like you're right. For me, this is what comes back to we chose Alonso as manager, so commit to his system. If this is his system, then get rid of the wingers we don't need. So Mudryk should have been out the door day one. Gibson should be out the door now. If we're gonna commit to this system, don't pussyfoot it. Go all in with it. So get rid of the wingers and go get enough wingbacks so that way if there's injuries or there's whatever in the season, you've got the options there, and it's gonna be cheaper options.
I don't think they would sell us Dorgu, but Dorgu is a good example of what I'm talking about.
Bought as a left back that plays better.
Yeah, but we can get players. Obviously, we don't want to take from a rival like that because they're gonna.
No, I mean all I'm saying is I'm not saying
the profile.
I'm saying the profiles are right. It's the right actual one. If you're gonna go get a guy, Dorgu's the style of wingback that I'm talking about.
Fulham.
We could just go get Diouf if we really wanted to. We really just could just go.
I like him a lot, bro.
But Robinson actually could fit that profile from Fulham.
Yeah, physical, runs in behind a lot. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Very good attacking. High pressing.
And you don't have to rely on Robinson for a long period of time either.
No.
You don't necessarily the thing is I don't necessarily need you to be the best defensively. I just need you to be above average, or at least
Marcos Alonso.
Yeah, at least average, right? These
guys are good athletes. One thing about Alonso wasn't the best athlete. Again, he was 6'2", not the fastest.
No, he was so smart though, bro. The guy's fucking genius IQ on the field. I'm surprised he won't be. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually he could be a manager. Like that's
left wing back. He was
Yeah.
left wing back. He was very good. Left back, no.
Terrible.
Wing
Yeah.
Yeah, but the areas that he picked up as a wing back was just like, bro.
And then he has elite.
He could shoot the fuck out of a ball.
Bro,
he could shoot the fuck out of a ball too.
Right.
He's a freaking.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure about. I'm so like the way I'm looking at it is this, right? I got an attacking wing back and I got a defensive wing back. Those are the way I'm looking at it. I got two guys, right? An attacking wing back, and a defensive wing back. Right? My attacking wing back on the right, if my attacking wing back on the right, if I'm gonna pick two, it's Palestra and then Gusto is my defensive wing back. Okay, and that's just and purely Gusto's purely the defensive wing back in this case because we can't sell him.
But I would sell Gusto and just keep Neto, bro, because Neto can play both sides, and Neto's good enough.
Yeah, we keep on saying Neto can play both sides, but he hasn't played on the left yet. So until that happens, I'm not believing he can play on the left, and I don't even think he's a good wing back period. I
think Neto as a wing back's got potential, bro. And I'm not saying that
potential.
When I was cooking him with Jimmy, and Jimmy was like telling me, you got to apologize because Neto had a good Club World Cup. And I was like, you know what, Jimmy, I might owe you an apology soon. And then in the season, he was doing what Neto does. Despite getting
60-something million for getting a real wing back.
I mean, now we're being quoted saying that we won 100 from Al Hilal, and obviously we'll see what Al Hilal do because we have a relationship with them since we sold them Koulibaly, right? And obviously they want to get some players in. They might try and get Ollie Watkins. We'll see what happens there. Ultimately,
they're going to get Martinelli.
Yeah, exactly. So I've never been a big fan of Neto, but I've always been saying that, and people thought it was a joke. I was like, no, this guy should be a wing back. And I was saying, like, yeah, imagine he was in like imagine we could.
But bro, even him at wing back, I'd rather have a guy who covers ground better than he. He's fast, but I'd rather have a guy who covers ground.
Yeah, but given the short notice for the end of the window and the fact that Neto is athletic, he's now proven himself finally that he can be actually fit.
If you want to argue with me about Neto playing on wing back, I'll send you a link. I'm so serious. There's no reason why we should be.
There's a lot of reasons. Neto's perfect for wing back, bro. I don't see why you don't see this.
Tell me why. Tell me why he's perfect for wing back.
Because firstly, his athleticism is elite, right? At Prem level, he can go up and down. He's got a great engine. Again, he's proven his durability now for multiple years in Chelsea, and he can cross. He can go both sides. So why I don't like the inverted wing back, at least with Neto, he can go to the right and put in a good cross on the right foot. And we saw that a lot in his days at Wolves when he's crossing a back post for Jimenez or Jota, RIP. That was cash money. He was doing that a lot, and I thought obviously off the left, it simplifies his game too. And defensively, yes, he's not on the level of all the natural fullbacks or wingbacks. But just like Victor Moses, he can definitely do a job. And we even saw it at the Club World Cup where it wasn't fully wing back, but at times where he's having to sort of do that job on the left hand side and then defend like as a left wing back.
Now we're gonna talk. Can do that, bro. I'm gonna ask you something. Okay. So take your Premier League European football glasses on and put the cleats on. Put the cleats on, all right?
Yeah, just like the old days.
What makes a good overlap, ads? What makes good overlap, ads?
What makes a good overlap is positional awareness, knowing when to time your run, and obviously then the athleticism for that actually goes a long way as well.
Okay. Now, would you consider in any case or scenario so far with Cole Palmer and Neto on the same side, overlaps being done in the right way?
I think learning how to do the overlaps at wingback takes time, so he will need to take time to learn it. But it's his first time.
Takes time. Palestra came in, he did it in 2 seconds. First game he played with Cole Palmer, he instantly understood the timing. Why does Gusto do it so well? Why does Gusto do it so well?
Because they're natural fullbacks who have also played wingback. And also Palestra, how long has he been playing wingback for?
Yeah, this isn't the first time we've seen Cole Palmer and Neto on the same side. Let's be real.
Yeah, but obviously with this new manager, he's telling you, no, your team's actually playing wingback, so learn this role. And it might take him a few weeks, maybe a few months. And I feel like, given what Neto can bring to this team, I feel like the manager, if I was the manager, right, putting on my manager hat on, I would be willing to give Neto that time to learn.
So
Make some mistakes.
so what
get
you're
better.
saying is you're gonna take that square peg and you're gonna grind it into the round hole until it's round.
I think you could do it with him because we saw it with Victor Moses as an example, and I think with Neto we could do that, and I think we could get away with it in the
But
meantime
we
while he's
saw with
learning.
Victor Moses. We saw with Victor Moses. He understood the relationship of timing. We saw it from him right away. It wasn't something that was learned from Victor Moses. We saw it with Victor Moses. The timing was there. The understanding of where to be in the positions he would be was there. It wasn't something I don't care about younger. He knew it. He understood it. He understood when and where he had to be. Neto has yet to show us that, even in the time that he's between now at the wingback spot, as I currently have watched him, and before when they were playing on the same side at the overlap doesn't work. And his passing on top of it. It's his passing that I have an issue with. Neto's passing itself. Because he's not looking to actually connect with Palmer most of the time. He just puts his head fucking down and goes all the way to the outside. He never thinks about the connecting with the Palmer side of it. What he do as soon as he got in, he went overlap, connected with Palmer, and as it worked, it worked.
No, because he doesn't think too much. He doesn't think too much on the pitch because he's a very head down winger, and we know this. But that's why for me, I'd rather simplify his game even further by putting him left wing back, where because obviously we know on the right he wants to get head down, and his thing is head down, cut inside cross. He does it automatically sometimes. Whereas on the left, it simplifies his game. It makes his passing angles way easier. And I think if you give him enough weeks, or maybe even a couple months to get into the season, bear in mind we're playing one game a week, right? Other than this week with the Carabao Cup. We're going to play one game a week, so there's a time, just like Victor Moses had, to learn on the job, through training, watching video clips, watching, the replays of the game over and over, just like you're going to do tomorrow. The players do that regularly through the week, especially if you've got a free week as well. So I feel like he could learn it over time, bro.
Couch, my problem isn't his crossing. My problem isn't his crossing. Ignores Cole Palmer and doesn't try to connect with him. That's the whole point. He's our best fucking player, bro. When you connect with him, he does wonders. We see it with our own fucking eyes. You have to connect with him. You have to get him the ball in areas where he feels comfortable, and you're pulling players away. What Neto does is he gets the ball up from Palmer, and Palmer makes the run, the same run he makes every fucking time with Gusto, and he looks at Neto, and Neto won't cut it back to him. He'll just put the ball in the fucking box. Like, what is it?
No, but Joey, what I would
seeing it?
No, you're not the only one seeing this. And what I would concede in this conversation, right, is of course Neto's football IQ is not levels, like it's not good. And that's why I would put him away from Palmer, because you want higher level IQ people and thinkers on the pitch.
They don't like each
next
other.
to Palmer.
They don't like
They don't. And that's why you want somebody next to Palmer who will play off of, because Palmer's our main playmaker, right? He's our guy, he's the guy, really, right? So you want players who actually will play and serve the main breadwinner in the team in a sense, right? And Neto doesn't do that. That's how I would move Neto to the left, and it simplifies his game. I think for Palmer, you want guys who are going to play more to his strengths, which Gusto did originally in Poch's system. And obviously, yeah, I think you just find somebody different. I think Palestra could do that and could serve Palmer very well, and then also be a natural defensive player where Palmer doesn't always have to do too much tracking back, and then Palestra can sort of hold his own a bit more until Palmer's there ready to do the double up and whatever else. So I fully get where Joey's coming from for sure. I just feel like somebody like Neto, who's Premier League proven in his prime, and we can still sell for big money next year. There's no reason why we can't do that. I'm willing to give him time to learn the system, but I think to Joey's point, yeah, I'd probably move him to the left.
But
I'll probably move him to the left.
If the rumours are true that City are talking to Gakpo, then watch out for Spurs with Neto, probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They're saying.
I think Spurs are looking for more goal-scoring wingers, which obviously Neto proved a bit more last year. But I get your point. I do get your point with that.
Just saying that's why I wouldn't want him at right wing back. I think he.
I won't.
Because the relationship with Cole Palmer is non-existent.
That's true. That is true.
They'd hate.
I'm not doing this. I'm just not doing this. I'm not doing this with Neto. Like, I'm not trying to shoehorn him in. Like, I'm just not going to. I'm not trying to shoehorn it. I'm not going to shoot. If I'm not going to shoehorn Gittins, and I'm not going to shoehorn Mudryk, and I'm not going to shoehorn any of the Delap, we're not going to shoehorn Delap into the team, and we're not going to. Why are we doing it for Neto?
But so just tell me, Joey, based on obviously, because I'm looking more from the perspective that our window ends in what, maybe 7 days, 9 days, whatever it is. So like
Tuesday, tomorrow.
That's fucking an excuse I don't want to hear.
But no, tell me then, Joey, would you actually rather keep
Excuses.
a wing back over the both positions? You would rather keep Gusto in the squad than Neto? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Yes. At this point, yes. Yes. At this point, yes. At least here's the thing. At least I know with Gusto, Cole will play a good game. He might not be the best on the field. He might not do the things that I need him to do crossing the ball wise. But I know that Cole will. I know Cole will play well.
But see, this is where I trust my manager to either get Neto to learn or to be like, okay, you know what, I tried a Neto, it doesn't work. Let me just keep playing Palestra or someone else and then get somebody in January and then move Neto on. Because the money will still be there for Neto in 4 months' time when the window opens.
I see a
redundancy. Or in 10 months' time.
I see redundancy. I see redundancy. I see redundancy.
I see more redundancy with Gusto, bro. I think Gusto is.
In what way?
Because in this system, right, you're gonna want more offensive output from the wingback. They're gonna be opportunities.
My offensive wingback is Palestra.
Yeah, I'm talking about the backup. I'm talking about Neto's backup.
I don't need a backup offensive wingback.
No, but Palestra is better defensively than both Neto and Gusto for me. But like, he's obviously, I get it. He can do both, and that's why I love Palestra. He's a great athlete. He can attack. He can actually use both feet. He's great. And that's why I want him starting. But there'll be games where like we're playing against a low block team at home, and it's like, okay, maybe I just want a natural extra attacking player because we can all agree Neto still offers more offensively than Palestra. Yes, there's guys who suit Palmer's game way more, but at the end of the day, you might just need somebody just to give that little bit of extra magic, that little something, and Neto might give us that. Whether that's just a simple head down, I'm gonna do what I need to do, cross it back post, and then Rodgers is there to just tap it in, bro, or Joao Pedro's at the back post to head it like we saw in the preseason game against Sociedad. So that's my thing. I'd rather more attacking weapons to win us games because games like Fulham away, like we saw where we were happy to play off the ball, or let's say we're going to the Emirates in a couple of weeks' time, or Man City away, or any of these big teams, right? You want more defensive players for sure. But my thing is we still need to prove that we can score enough goals against teams lower down the table that are just coming to be, we're coming against Chelsea that are in good form. Let's just mid-block, low block it off and make it very hard for them. And then for me, we then need more attacking solutions, which Neto provides more of than Gusto in this team.
I once again, I feel like me and you are talking about two different things though, in the sense of this, right? When I say, all right, I have two right-sided attackers, and then I have two right-sided wingbacks, and both of them are my two right-sided guys are Gusto and Palestra. And the reason why I'm keeping Gusto is because I know that he has at least a relationship with Cole Palmer that doesn't isolate him out of the game. So if we move Neto to the left-hand side, right? Like the conversation here is we're moving Neto over to the left-hand side. That's what you guys want. You want Neto to play left wing-back, okay? All right, let's have that conversation. So if Neto is going to play left wing-back, that means he has to get a relationship with Morgan Rogers. That means he'd be our left-sided attacking wingback.
Mm-hmm.
If that was even something that was even possible at this current moment, why hasn't he even tried him on the left side? Why has he moved Palestra over to the left side? And like even if that was something that was possible.
But I think the reason why, and obviously this is one of the issues that we slightly have in the system, is I think we always want the left-sided guy to be that bit more defensive, just to cover for Colwell, I think, which is more the case. Because on the right-hand side, we have naturally more athletic right centre-backs to cover the channel, whether it's mainly going to be obviously Reece James, I think, Fofana, and then obviously Josh. I think with Levi, they want to add a bit extra protection, naturally. And I thought that's kind of part of what it is. And I don't really like it because when I saw us against Sociedad, we were pretty good, but I didn't like the both inverting wingbacks. I would have swapped it. But knowing how Alonso wants to work the system, he wants the left-sided guy to be that bit more defensive, and then the right-sided guy to be a bit more offensive because we're gonna naturally monopolize more of the ball on the right-hand side because Cole Palmer's there. And that's really the reason why the right-hand sided guy is going to be just that bit more attacking so that our playmaker has extra options ahead of him so he can play make.
I hear you. I guess I'm not going to convince you otherwise at this point. I just prefer us to sell him and get a wing back, left wing back. That's just my.
Yeah. Let me just even make one point, like I mentioned slightly earlier, is that ultimately I don't like that we got Alonso in and we didn't fully commit to his idea. Because if you knew you were going to get a new manager from time when Rafinha ball was just not looking like Rafinha ball, it was looking awful. And bear in mind, he came in, I'm like, hey, yo, okay, let's support black business in it. Even though I didn't like that we were hiring from within, right? I'm like, cool, Rafinha's coming in. I like how he normally talks. I like the glasses and that. Let's support black business. And it was good for a little while, and then it went left. And then this Portillo started Jorgensen in the Champions League's first leg game, bro, like an idiot. Absolute joke, man. Right? So like I get all of that, right? But man, I just feel like with what we got going on this season,
I don't think that I don't necessarily think that we didn't go towards Xabi Alonso's vision. I think we did pretty much as we could. I just think that preferably if we're going to like there's probably 3 players on this team right now that like at least one of them will be gone, like for sure. Like out of all of that though, like all the players that he has, he probably I think he wanted to keep. Like he's gotten rid of Asugo, he's gotten rid of all the center backs that he didn't want. He has a much slimmer squad than he walked into. If you want my honest opinion, probably Jamie Gittins, Mudryk, and Neto, which are all wingers, right? Are the 3 players that are probably are the isolated ones out of this team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Neto trying to just find his way to play at this point.
So Neto is versatile. Because he even ended the Sociedad game in like the left 10, which doesn't suit him at all. But like, obviously, he can be a bit more aggressive there. And we did technically see him score a hat trick in like a cam position against Hull last season. And obviously, we've seen over the weekend that beating Hull isn't for everybody, right? As we're all gonna let our Man United friends know all week. Then Pussios, they have to hold that smoke. Fucking Pussios getting smoked by newly promoted Hull. Getting the tiger and what he's done on them by flipping old guys in the crowd and that. Even the kids doing it too. Crazy. But like my thing is, I fully hear it, right? We've done a decent job trying to back Alonso's vision. And yeah, Gittins in the squad still is cool. Because if we ever do want to maybe transition to a 4 at the back, maybe to end games or just be more aggressive, maybe if there's injuries or if the season isn't going well in terms of the 3 at the back, maybe we want to switch it. And we do have wingers available because we can obviously start Gittins off the left if he shows he can start. And obviously Esteval off the right. And that could be a thing because we never know what's going to happen during the season. Injuries, form, or just rotation, we're going to need options. So maybe having wingers in the squad isn't such a bad thing. Although for me, Gittins, this is more than make or break. This is way more than make or break. He needs to do something this season, if not even before December, to really keep a place in the squad. He has to. He has to, man.
We'll see. I don't know if we'll use a back 4 very often. I think it'll be just mostly moments that we use a back 4. I doubt we'll use a back 4 that often. I think a lot of the players we have fit a back 5 really well, and I think the last piece in the outfield that I would like I said, is a wing back, and that's really just where my thoughts are on it. Like everywhere else, I'm like I got 2 in each position in every other spot, if not 3 in some spots, and once we replace Enzo, we'll have some extra money to be able to do that. And
so you're certain that Enzo goes? Just to confirm, you're certain that
it's not that I'm certain. I just think that there'll be a bit of like 130 coming.
Okay.
I don't know if that's enough to accept it, depending on the payment structure, though. That's really what it comes down to, in my opinion. Because I think the payment structure is really important in this conversation.
Yeah, no, I fully hear that, and I feel like we do have quite a lot in this team because even as Gary Neville was going into the game, he was obviously talking about how our middle 5, in terms of the front 3, JP Morgan, and obviously Enzo Caicedo was like one of the best 5s in the league in terms of that middle core, and it is pretty good. Obviously, there's issues with Enzo. We know the issues of Enzo. They're well documented, but at the end of the day, whether it's Enzo and Caicedo or Caicedo and Lavi or Caicedo and Reece James, that's a very good middle core to build from in this season. And obviously with Lacroix at the back, winning all the duels that he was winning, all the headers, even getting an assist today. Like, I don't know about you guys, and I'm not gonna be too giddy because I'm gonna stay by my prediction of third place, right? But I'm very confident and very happy going into this season. And obviously now with this one game under the bag, right? Provided that Sanchez is either gone or somehow doesn't make these fucking stupid mistakes. That aside, I feel way more confident going into the season now after actually playing game week 1. And also
Yep.
seeing how some of our ops
Especially
are
without Moy.
horrible.
Especially without Moy.
Yeah, without Moy, bro, to do that without Moy, that means a lot, bro, because he's a cheat code himself. He's
No,
a cheat
I
code,
just
man.
think that the way that we've played without Moy in games that we played without Moy since he's been here, it's been pretty bad. It's been pretty fucking bad when we haven't had him. Like, just shouldn't be so serious. It's been pretty damn bad. So to play that game without Moy,
And listen, I would have to listen to a lot of United fans, and they weren't ones like Flawless, but a lot of more immature, reactionary fans who were talking about, oh, we were missing so many key players, and really they were missing maybe Diallo. Obviously, they got Belaboring, but he's going to take a while or
He's
whatever.
not even a key player because he doesn't play.
Exactly, they're making all these stupid excuses. Meanwhile, we were actually missing quite a lot more who were actually meant to play or just not unavailable. Because obviously, you're without
we had Sanchez
Caicedo,
in goal, so that's like.
and that's already like instantly, you're already down a goal when you start Sanchez in goal, right? Then we lose our most important midfielder in Caicedo. Then we lose our vice captain in Enzo, who obviously we haven't got a replacement for if he is to leave, right? So like that's missing. We're missing Palestra, who was great in preseason. Obviously, Fofana, I'm not the biggest fan, but obviously if he is available, then obviously he's better than Josh. Or obviously Reece James could start right centre back. So he was obviously suspended. So like my thing is, obviously, bar the front three is our main front three, right? We were still missing a lot of key components around that. And I feel like we performed very well. I would have said that this may be like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. Obviously, we take away Sanchez is making the game way harder. And that gives me a lot of confidence, man. I feel like that was actually a really good start to the season performance-wise.
Yeah, I think we run out more, the scoreline's more comfortable without this, obviously with the Sanchez's mistakes, right? They're self-inflicted. They're not like Fulham cut us open a lot. Do you know what I mean? Their shots were like, apart from that one that went through, that Robinson, I think it's Robinson, whoever, lobbed Sanchez. The only really other shot was that King one in the second half that went just past the post. The other shots were just very easy, which should have been easily savable. There was nothing like that worried me at all. The crosses into the box, they didn't have Jimenez in there for physical or anything like that, so that wasn't an issue as well. Over the top, maybe, but I just think without those, I think we run out. The scoreline's more comfortable, obviously, and we're more comfortable. Do you know what I mean in terms of that? And that sort of second half display after the third goal is probably more is okay because we were like 3-1 up or 3-0 or something like that. But I think he got all his subs right today. I think he got all his subs right. Rogers and Palmer were just out knackered.
Yeah, they were gassed.
So
they were fucking gassed. 60 minutes in, they didn't come off until the 80th minute.
Yeah, they were
about 65 minutes in. They were both gassed.
Rogers was non-existent.
Yeah,
from the third goal onwards. So actually bringing on Quinda and Esteval.
Probably could have happened earlier, to be honest, in the game.
I would have made top earlier slightly, to be honest.
I thought Enzo did pretty good with his passing today. You know, linking up and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, I thought the subs were very, very good.
Yeah, but did you ask him to do? Did he break like a ton of lines?
Not really. But
this is what I'm saying, though. Like, it doesn't take like this a sesk to. It doesn't take a sesk to be good next to Caicedo.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it really, like, that's all I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't take you just got to be solid and press resistant. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I understand. I just like, it wasn't like he came on and he was a detriment to the team. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. It wasn't like a negative impact and stuff. Thought he gave thought he did a couple of good passes and stuff like that. Ironically, I thought Neto was better defensively than Gusto. I know there was one bit where he didn't track back, but I thought, like, I feel sorry for Josh Achimpong having Sanchez as a goalkeeper and Gusto right beside him sometimes. He's just, I thought he played well as well, Josh Ashburn. There was a great block in the first half that he did. That I think would have stopped the goal going in. But yeah, I thought like Lacroix, I've been preaching about getting Lacroix for ages. And he was just brilliant today, and even like setting up a second goal. But he was brilliant. He got everything first, wouldn't let. I know Garcia's not a highly rated forward, but wouldn't give him a sniff. Do you know what I mean? Just wouldn't was on him from the start like that. And
I have a weird prediction. I have a feeling Wes will actually play pretty well next to the Lacroix.
Yeah. Okay.
I just.
It's about time.
I think that Wes has always been a B.
Yes, definitely.
So you know how it's always been like I've always looked at like the A. There's like the A, and A's are not necessarily like your best center backs always, but they're your most vocal center backs, and they're the one that kind of marshals the defense, right? We haven't had an A since Thiago Silva. Like, that's the reality of the situation. We haven't had an A guy that can help marshal the back line since Thiago Silva. And I think Wes will do all right.
Do you know, Lacroix was actually, I noticed this.
We don't use those. We don't use that word.
For the kickoff, Chelsea were in a huddle talking. And actually, Lacroix was leading the talk. Already. He was already leading it like that. So I think you're right. I think Wes is a Robin. He's never played with a Batman. That's the thing.
No, he has. It's just been since Thiago.
Yeah, but with his injury record, he's hardly played with Thiago, did he? Do you know what I mean? It was like he hardly played with Thiago. It was only like a few games.
Yeah.
He played with
him. And Gonzalo Garcia got to learn what a Premier League center back was.
Oh, yes, he did.
He got to learn what a Premier League center back was.
Yeah.
He really didn't have much space to do anything. And the one time when he scored, it was on Josh, actually. But once again, I don't blame that on Josh.
No. Cool.
I don't blame that on Josh. It's on Sanchez for parrying it back into the middle of the goal, and back in the middle of the field.
Hopeless.
Like, if you're gonna parry it, you gotta push it. You gotta push it like outward. It's that simple to me.
Agreed.
Dude, in the assist too from Lacroix, I was like, yo.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, yo.
Did you see that turn he did as well? He actually did that turn. So he did the turn before he So he actually did what some of our wingers never do, in terms of like he did like a turn and then crossed it in.
He did. He looked like he lost his touch for a second, but he cut it back, and I was like, oh, that ball's going in.
I thought it was going to run out of the pitch. I thought it wasn't going to.
Yeah, I thought the ball was going out there.
But then he cut it back, and Leno, for some reason, I don't know why Leno made that. He made that.
Yeah, that'll be another good test for us. And they're going to try to play the ball over the top a lot too. So that's going to be a very interesting.
I'm just glad we poached their guy who usually dunks on us, and that's well big.
Yeah, you're actually right about that. One guy that dunks on us every time is not there right now. So. Everyone, I appreciate you guys. We went for 2 hours. I wasn't supposed to do 2 hours, but that's okay. Appreciate Ads and Winter Surfer for jumping on. I gotta go eat, and then I'll probably start playing some FIFA. Yeah. Everyone, take care.
Have a good day.
Roger scored today, dummy.